Hey guys, it's Alex Serpentine back again with another video on my series of videos about the Soul Ages. I'm also comparing the Soul Ages, which is from Michael Teachings, to the Aeons from Aleister Crowley's Thelema, and then the vMEMEs from the Spiral Dynamics system. So I'm making a series of videos focusing on the Soul Ages. I made an overview video talking about the whole process, all the different stages together, and how it fits with the Aeons. This video is about the Young Soul Age, and I have a test that you can take if you haven't taken it already. That'll be in the description of this video. That'll evaluate which Soul Age you'll be in, that you're in for this life. So it's either going to be the baby, young, mature, or old soul stage. Those are all the relevant stages for people who are in society and on the internet. uh, so yeah, so you can take that test. And so yeah, this video is about the young soul age, which is a focus on achievement and independence. So let's get into it. So this is my overview chart that I made comparing the stages from the Aeons, Soul Ages, and vMEMEs, the three different systems, Thelema, Michael Teachings, and Spiral Dynamics. I made a video about the infant Soul Age, which is part of the Aeon of Isis and the beige, purple, red vMEMEs. Then this video is about the young Soul Age, which is part of the Aeon of Osiris, which comes after the baby Soul Age, which was part of the blue vMEME. Same stages in different systems. The young Soul Age corresponds with the orange vMEME in Spiral Dynamics, and the young Soul Age is a focus on achievement, is ambitious and success driven. The orange vMEME is achievist, competitive, strategic, and rational, which is basically the same thing. And this is during the Aeon of Osiris, which is the father age, very masculine energy, structured and rational. So, as an introduction, this is actually the current average soul age on the planet currently. So, this is where most people on the planet are at. It's the overarching paradigm that we're living in. The young soul age is focused on independence, personal achievement, and external success. It represents a stage where individuals seek to leave their mark on the world. There's an emphasis on competition, ambition, and mastery of the material realm. So you can kind of think about this as the masculine energy, the final stage of the outward thrusting, material focused, achievement oriented, rational thinking. So it's basically kind of the stage where you can imagine the child in this process. The child is starting to disconnect from father and stand on their own 2 feet and say, hey, look, I know what you're talking about, father. I understand what you're doing, dad, and I can do this on my own. So it's kind of like also when we have more of this like atheistic, rational worldview, that's basically young soul age stage. Um, it's still part of the father because the father is the masculine energy. So it's very masculine energy focused, like rational, disciplined, structured, scientific thinking, rational thinking. So yeah, that's the stage. The lessons are learning self-reliance and personal responsibility, and navigating power dynamics and understanding the consequences of ambition. Motivations are achieving success, recognition, and control over the external world. They're building an individual identity through material accomplishments. Key traits: there's a strong emphasis on independence and competition. They're driven by ambition, material success, and external validation. They value hard work, efficiency, and tangible outcomes. This tends to prioritize personal goals over communal or emotional concerns. So they're not really in touch with the inner world as much. They don't really value that as much. It's all about the external world and their appearance and how they're moving in the outer world. That's like the main push of all their focus and energy is like, I want to succeed. I want to push myself out in the external world as strong as I can. So there's not necessarily so much of a focus on emotion or focus on the arts, but they can be doing the arts in some way. But when they're doing the arts, it's very tied to like how successful I am, how awesome I am, and how in terms of what I can achieve. The individual experience is that life revolves around achieving goals and building personal identity. Relationships may take a backseat to career or ambitions, and pride in accomplishments, but often struggles with emotional depth or vulnerability. This is part of the Aeon of Osiris, which is the father age. So, like I said, they're learning from father, but now they're detaching from father. They might even say that father doesn't exist. Like so, like saying in atheistic worldviews or whatever, it's like the God doesn't exist. There's no evidence for God, which is a very rational, logical, masculine kind of way of saying things. So they're basically saying God is dead. There's no God. But in the earlier stages, they were ruled by their conscience, which is telling them to get control of themselves and develop order and control, which is the stage that they came from. But this is now saying, I don't need you, Father, anymore. I can forget about you, and I can just focus on the masculine principles that you taught me and be as successful in the world as I can. So this is a focus for the Aeon of Osiris. It's focusing on mastering the external world through discipline and rationality. It represents the desire to conquer and assert one's individuality. This corresponds with the orange vMEME in Spiral Dynamics, which is achievement-oriented, focused on innovation, success, and personal advancement. There's an emphasis on individualism, rationality, and entrepreneurship. You can think about this as like the Industrial Revolution and the Enlightenment, all the Enlightenment values that we have. It's the modern worldview. That's what the Young Soul Age is. It's the modern worldview. So yeah, that's that. The challenges for the stage is that there's overemphasis on material success, leading to burnout or emptiness. There's so much external focus that they might, once they graduate from the stage, they feel like this. It's not all about just success oriented. I need to like pay attention to who I am and what I feel and my emotions, which is the next stage that comes after the mature soul age. They struggle with cooperation and empathy due to a focus on self-interest. It's very self-focused and like me. Let's see what I can do, who I can be, what I can achieve out in the world. The growth opportunities for the stage are learning to balance personal ambition with emotional and social connections. So that's what they develop into. But the mature soul age is the more emotional, social part. They recognize the limits of material success and begin to seek deeper fulfillment. Like I said, that's the mature soul age focus that they graduate into. So regions where this is very operative is the United States, where there's a focus on individualism, entrepreneurship, and material achievement are central values. China in the modern era, there's a rapid industrialization and focus on global dominance and economic success. United Arab Emirates, there's extravagant displays of wealth and innovation, such as Dubai's skyline. And Germany during the Industrial Revolution was very young soul. There was a focus on technological advancement and national achievement. So examples of young souls, Donald Trump, our newly elected president once again. He has an emphasis on personal success and external validation. Other examples of this are Elon Musk, who's actually an old soul, but he's manifesting young. So he came into this life to learn to revisit the lessons of the young soul age. That's why he's so focused on achievement in this life, even though he has like a developed advancement through so many lives that he's had. He's actually pretty advanced, even though all his lessons in this life are about the young soul age stuff, outer achievement. Jeff Bezos of Amazon, Kim Kardashian is an example of young soul. Steve Jobs, same thing. Richard Dawkins, the guy who came up with the term of the meme. He talks about the God delusion. That's one of his books. So that's saying God is dead, the Father is dead. I'm better than the Father. I can do it on my own. That kind of thing. And Jordan Peterson is also in the young soul age, but he's the final level of young soul. He's level 7. There's 7 levels in the soul ages. So if you notice when he talks, he's all talking about masculine principle stuff, outward focus, success oriented. discipline, order, structure, rational thinking. But he's starting to delve into more of the mature soul age stages, which is why he's talking about archetypes and the unconscious. And so he's looking at things in those terms, which is kind of examples of him starting to move into and relate to the mature soul age. But overall, he doesn't really focus on the mature soul age stuff yet, because he's still talking about, he talks about the feminine as chaos, and you need to establish order over chaos. So that's very young soul. So he's definitely in the young soul age, but he's starting to move into the mature in the next few lives that he has. He'll graduate into that stage. So reflection questions to see if you're a young soul. Are you highly motivated by success and recognition? Do you prioritize independence and self-reliance above all else? Do you measure your worth by your achievements or material success? If so, you might be a young soul. So in summary, the young souls focus on independence, competition, and external success. They embody the rational, ambitious energies of the Aeon of Osiris, and they align with the orange vMEME. Their challenges lie in finding balance and deeper fulfillment beyond material achievements. So there's a big focus on the external, and what they're going to be moving into next is the mature soul age, which is a focus on depth and integration, emotion, relationships, the arts, and reconnecting with the feminine in a balance with the masculine. So that's the next video I'm going to make. So you can go check that one out. It'll be in my playlist about the soul ages. And like I said, if you haven't taken the test yet, the test will be in the description of all my soul age videos, including this one. And it's on my Linktree in the section about the personality tests, where I have the main test that for the Michael teachings. So there's a role test, there's a obstacles or dragons test, and the soul age test. And I'll probably do one more about the goals once I get to that. So that's it for this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.